Now we are ready to pour fill. There are a bunch of different ways we can pour fill this guitar. You can do something as simple as shellacking sawdust in, like I had talked about before. Just doing that straight on the guitar from the dust you're pulling off. You can get end grain dust, which is a little bit finer, and use that and make that into a slurry with shellac and try to get that to sit into the pores. You can use CA glue and kind of flood the whole guitar with CA. Medium. CA is quite obnoxious to me and really is just overpowering, overwhelming. Epoxy is particularly good, and there is one brand called Z-Poxy, which is a two-part, and it gives the wood a nice amber color, and it really seems to make some of the grains and chatoyance pop, some of that, the glistening and curl and things that you see. You can also use paste fillers and try and get the color matched up to the wood you're using. One of the ones I like to use quite a bit is Timbermate. That works very well. It comes in like 100 different colors. You can get something to match up really nicely. You can also use something like Bondo, and you can custom mix tints into Bondo and get that to color match whatever you're using really, really well. And the one I'm going to use is called Rubio Monocoat Wood Filler Quick. It's a powder that you make into a mix slurry with water, and I'll show you how to do that. Now this Wood Filler Quick product I use it's a powder, and you mix it 5 parts powder to 2 parts water, and I'm using this to mix to find my ratios. 50 milliliters of powder, and it's by volume, it's not weight. I use a syringe to get 20 milliliters of water. Now this stuff comes in light, medium, and dark. Medium is it's a lighter brown color that's like not quite chestnut brown. It's really a medium brown. It works great on mahogany. And this dark, I have found, works really good on rosewood. It has an almost purple tint to it, like rosewood does. This is a little bit thick. I think I'm going to add a little water. Just a little bit at a time. Okay, that's better. I mix it just thin enough so that I kind of start not to see the grain of the powder in there anymore. Just spread a little around, and then I use a rubber squeegee. It's like a Body Shop squeegee. Try to really push that into the grain. Go across the grain. And wipe up as much as you can, because it will dry, not like a brick, but it dries hard, and it's a pain to sand if you don't get it all off. You can see it's starting to flash off and get crusty already. So you do need to work kind of quick. Hence the name, Wood Filler Quick. I've got the back fully covered, and I can see there's still some wet spots right now. So I'm going to leave this sit for maybe 15-20 minutes and check and see if I see any more wet spots, and then come back and sand it. Okay, we are all dry, and I really don't want to hit this with anything more aggressive than the last one that I sanded with, so I'm going to go with 320. Okay, now this is looking pretty good, but I still have some areas that are a little cloudy, and that cloudy means that I have not gotten to the rosewood yet. Now, pore filling is a little bit of a funny thing because we want to sand down far enough to get to the wood, but we don't want to sand so far down that we blast through the pores that we just filled and therefore needing to fill them again. So it's a little bit of a balancing act. I think this is all pretty even. And it looks kind of funky. It looks like there's all these like super light spots. And if it was going to finish this color, it would look like garbage. Really, with all these kind of light speckles. But I want to give you an idea when this does get wet with a finish, specifically alcohol and shellac. I'll wipe this down first with a dry cloth. Here's a zoomed in look of what this looks like. It's like all these speckles, right? Looks like it looks pretty ugly, to be honest. But I wanted to wipe this down with a little alcohol. And all those white specks turn into kind of dark specks, which are the same color as rosewood. And it looks pretty sweet. Now, this is water soluble, not alcohol soluble. So putting that alcohol on there isn't going to do anything to the pores we just filled. It's not going to wet it and pull it out. It's going to stay in there. Yeah, that looks good. Happy with that. Now I'm going to let this alcohol dry. I'm going to hold it up to a raking light and see how much more I need to fill. If I see a lot of dimples in it, if I see a lot of open pores when I hold this up to the light, I don't think there will be. So I may not need a second coat. I don't see very many open pores. I think I saw something over in this corner. There we go. I think that did it. And when the camera zoomed out a little bit, it still looks a little bit cloudy. But again, I'll hit it with this alcohol. And it looks pretty awesome. So I am pretty happy with that. All right, moving on to the sides.